Okay, we are still looking at literal equations, and what I want to do is I want to go over these 12 questions or these 12 problems and kind of show you some things to look for. For instance, look at number 1. Notice we're looking for A. Well, A on this side is only one term, so that makes it a lot easier when you only have one term. Look at number 2. Here's an N, but if you notice, there are two terms. So that means we have to get rid of this term, the 3, in order to get the N by itself. Look at number 3. Number 3, we want to get solve for K. Well, this is a little different because on this particular one, you have the 2 on the outside, and then you have the J plus K on the inside. That's two separate terms that are being multiplied because of the parentheses. So you have to get rid of the 2 first, then you can work on the J with the K. Okay, so you have to get rid of the 2 first. If you look at number 4, we want to solve for T. Well, again, you have two terms. You're going to get rid of the 2s first, and then you'll have T by itself. On number 5, we want to solve for N. Again, we want to get rid of the M first, then we want to solve for N. Now, if you notice, look at this. It has a 2 and an N, so you'll have to get rid of the 2 before, in order to get the N by itself. Now, as you notice, there might be 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 steps to each problem. So you've got to find out or figure out the order. Now, if you look at number 6 is interesting. We want to solve for W. But look where W is. It's in the denominator. So we can't have whatever we're looking for. If it's ever in the denominator, we got to bring it up to the numerator. Okay? So in this particular case, we would multiply both sides by W. Now this happens to be an interesting problem because it's a proportion and they're equal to each other. So a lot of people would probably just cross multiply this one. Look at number 7. Number 7, we want to solve for A. But if you look, there's two terms again. There's the 5A and then there's the B. Well, you have to get rid of the B first before you can even work on the 5A. Alright, and once you get the B moved over, then you can divide both sides by 5. So we're going to practice some of these. I'm going to go over a few of these. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to erase all these marks, and we're going to start fresh, and we're going to go over some of these. Like for instance, let's look at number 1. Okay, actually let me move this one. Here's number 1. It's A times D equals F. And we want to get A by itself. Well, this is going to be easy because it's A times D. We simply divide by D on both sides, and you get A is equal to F divided by D. Now, I know my handwriting's not the prettiest on this one, but make sure your equal signs are straight up and down. Let me see if I can increase the size of that. Make sure, see how the equal sign goes straight up and down? I bring the A straight down, or at least close to it, and then the F and the D come straight down. So everything's lined up. Okay? Now, I'm going to erase this because now we're going to go over another problem. Alright, so let me go ahead and erase this. Now, what I want to go over is I want to go over, let's say, let's look at number 3. Okay, let me write it this way. There's number 3. It's 2 times J plus K equals M. Now remember, we want to solve for K. Now here I told you is an interesting problem. We want to solve for K, alright, but look where K is. K is right here in this parentheses. Okay, now remember, we have two terms. We have the 2 and we have the parentheses, so that's two terms. So we're going to get rid of the 2 first, since it is two terms. So we're going to, it's 2 times J plus K, so we're going to divide both sides by 2. Now that eliminates that side. Now look, what's left? You have J plus K. Notice I got rid of the parentheses. Is equal to M divided by 2. Now that we've kind of got that settled, what I can do is, now I can solve for k, because now look, k, it's two terms, but k is by itself now. This time, I can get rid of the j by simply subtracting j. So I'm going to subtract j on both sides. Now notice where I put it. Bring down your k, bring down your equal sign. Notice it's straight down. And I have m divided by 2 minus j. I know some of the answers are going to look odd. Just have a little confidence in yourself and knowing that you did it right if you follow the steps correctly. Okay? I'm going to eliminate this now. I'm going to do 2 more problems and kind of give you a little hint. Let's see. Let's work on, let's see, which one do I want to work on? Let's do number 6. Okay, number 6 here. We have 2 divided by w equals x over 5, and we want to get w by itself. Now, notice the position of w. W is in the denominator. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring that up. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead. We're going to multiply both sides by w. And that eliminates this side. We're left with 2 equals, now on top, we just multiply that straight across, xw over 5. Now again, we want to solve for w. Okay, we want to solve for this w. So we can do this in 2 steps or 1 step. I have to get rid of the x and the 5. Notice this is all one term. So what I can do is, in one fell swoop, I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. That eliminates that. Leaves me with x times w. Now we know that 5 times 2 is 10. But look what it allows me to do. It allows me to get w times x into a position where it looks like something we've used before. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by x. The x's are gone. I'm going to come over here, and I get 10 divided by x equals w. And that is my answer. As odd as it may seem, if you go through the steps properly, you will be just fine. Alright, if you look at this problem right here, notice we have a formula. Area is equal to 2 times the height times the length plus the width. And this gives the lateral area of a rectangular solid. L is length, W is width, and H is height. Now I want you to notice the questions. Number 13 says solve for H. 14 says, hey, find H, and they tell you what A, L, and W are. So you're going to evaluate. Okay, that's one of those evaluate problems, where you plug it in and find out what H is. On number 15, solve for L. So again, look at number 16. Well, find L, and again, they give you the A, they give you the H, they give you the W. So again, you're going to evaluate. But you've got to practice solving for H and solving for L. And then it does the same thing again, changes the numbers and find H and L. So that's what we're going to do real quick. We're going to change these. We're going to get rid of all this stuff, and let's go ahead and see if I can. Alright, so now look. What we're going to do is this. If I have the formula, A equals 2 times H times L plus W. I'm going to solve for H. Notice this is all multiplication. So at one time I can divide by 2, and I can divide by the L plus W, because it's all multiplication. There's still a multiplication right here. So when I divide both sides by that, I'm going to divide both sides by 2, and I'm going to squeeze these together. L plus W. 2's cancel out. L plus W cancel out. And I'm left with H equals the area divided by 2 times L plus W. And then when you go to number 14 or number 17, you'll just plug in A, you'll plug in the L, you'll plug in the W, and you'll solve for H.